Looks like Serena left big shoes to fill, and someone finds them the perfect fit.
Fit. Fit.
And someone finds them the perfect fit.
Yeah, still. Hey, you guys aren't ready? Serena's gonna be home by 6.
I mean, how can she even greet us when she gets here? Isn't...
Greet. Greet.
I mean, how can she even greet us when she gets here? Isn't...
I got a flat on the way to Heathrow and I missed the plane that I was supposed to be on. Otherwise, I would have been sitting in seat 3.
Otherwise. Otherwise.
Otherwise, I would have been sitting in seat 3. Otherwise, I would have been sitting in seat 3B of an entirely different plane, making out with an entirely different passenger in seat.
Passenger. Passenger.
Making out with an entirely different passenger in seat.
Especially when you factor in graduate school.
You caught that. See, you're a better detective than you think.
Detective. Detective.
See, you're a better detective than you think. Jeb Buckley, a cokehead and a cheater.
What are you saying? It isn't cheating if you get your congressional aide pregnant?
Aid. Aid.
Congressional aide pregnant? Buckley.
You pulled my hair during Clinton's inaugural ball.
Your redneck cousins tried to waterboard me at the Easter egg hunt on the White House lawn.
Hunt. Hunt.
Hunt on the White House lawn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Serena, there was no ashram.
I went to an ashram on a tour. Dan, I have
Tour. Tour.
an ashram on a tour. Dan, I have
One key detail. Sleeping with the enemy is hot. Why do
Enemy. Enemy.
the enemy is hot? Why do you show your family that you're your own man? Being accepted for who you are is crucial, Nathaniel, like Blair accepts me.
Crucial. Crucial.
Who you are is crucial, Nathaniel, like Blair accepts me.
We had our honeymoon period, and it was perfect, but while other couples settle into a routine, we were determined to keep things...
Routine. Routine.
While other couples settle into a routine, we were determined to keep things... women. I even get to choose who to humiliate. Models, tourists, Upper West Siders. I don't know if anybody ever told...
Tourist. Tourist.
Tourists, Upper West Siders. I don't know if anybody ever told... Tourists, Upper West Siders.
I don't know if anybody ever told you this, but the honeymoon is supposed to, and it isn't real. The real part is when you settle down with each other. The 3-month
Settle. Settle.
part is when you settle down with each other. The 3-month milestone.
It is not a milestone, it's a gravestone. Settling down means death. Less sex, more silence. We found a...
Silence. Silence.
Down means death. Less sex, more silence. We found a...
Isn't anymore. Playing the scorned woman and actually being the scorned woman is a slippery slope. College is about to start. What happens?
Slope. Slope.
Slope. College is about to start. What happens?
Mr. Humphrey, the camera people are in the trash outside. Your trash.
All right, thanks, fine.
Trash. Trash.
The trash outside. Your trash.
All right, thanks, fun.
Serena Vanderwoodson giving Carter Bazin the slip. We've all seen the selects, but what happened?
Select. Select.
Seen the selects, but what happened?
Your family
Wants me exactly where I used to be. Except they actually gave me the wheels to get there this time.
Wheel. Wheel.
Actually gave me the wheels to get there this time. His whole family?
Yeah, Nate's family, and I'm sure Blair and Chuck will be there if the murder-suicide I predicted hasn't happened yet.
Suicide. Suicide.
Predicted hasn't happened yet.
Needs a sandwich.
She looks just right to me.
Sandwich. Sandwich.
Needs a sandwich.
She looks just right to me.
Catalog. Chuck, none of these girls are even worth humiliating. Looking in the mirror will do that for them.
Mirror, mirror.
The mirror will do that for them.
Before I get angrier, why don't you tell me what happened? Because I'd really like to not use my imagination when it comes to these pictures.
Imagination, imagination.
Because I'd really like to not use my imagination when it comes to these pictures.
Look, the only reason I didn't tell you is because I thought if I did, you'd think I'd gone off the rails again.
Did you?
Rail, rail.
Gone off the rails again.
Did you?
Vanderwoodson.
Would you like me to tell him not to?
No, it's okay. I won't do anything worth publishing. Not even
Worth, worth.
worth publishing. Not even.
And until further notice, you'll find me by Serena's side. Step within 100 feet of me and you'll be arrested in about...
Arrest, arrest.
Step within 100 feet of me and you'll be arrested in about...
Don't slow down.
Forget a grand entrance.
Entrance, entrance.
Forget a grand entrance.
Let's piss off Grandpa Train, but what you don't know is that currently my family isn't speaking to me.
Currently, currently.
Family isn't speaking to me. Which...
Figured you weren't planning on riding all the way back to the city.
Why?
Ride, ride.
Figured you weren't planning on riding all the way back to the city.
Why? I don't need to cry for attention. I'm getting plenty on my own, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, plenty from everyone except the one you want it from.
Plenty, plenty.
Yeah, plenty from everyone except the one you want it from.
I almost believe you. That's enough for me. And if I'm right in guessing that you...
Hide, hide.
And if I'm right in guessing that you... And if I'm right in guessing that you two are hiding out here because Miss Buckley...
Prefer, prefer.
You two are hiding out here because Miss Buckley...
Was she blonde? Tall? Stunning? In every man's fantasy?
Fantasy, fantasy.
In every man's fantasy?
Waldorf learning that just because you get out of the game doesn't mean someone isn't waiting on the bench.
Bench, bench.
Doesn't mean someone isn't waiting on the bench.
After I take a bus across the state line to apologize, you ditch me for Blair Waldorf and totally disappear.
Cece set me up with this suit.
Suit. Suit.
Here.
Cece set me up with this suit.
What if we need games? What if without them we're boring?
We can never be boring.
Bore, bore.
We can never be boring.
Well, that wasn't so much fun, was it?
Depends on your definition of fun.
Definition. Definition.
Depends on your definition of fun.
Well, I apologize, man. Surely there's some way I can make up for the poor soul.
Surely, surely.
Surely there's some way I can make up for the poor soul.
The way to do it.
You own all the pictures now.
Oh, not all of them. There is still one photographer that might...
Photographer, photographer.
There is still one photographer that might... There is still one photographer that my group hasn't been able to reach yet.
Because more often than not, in order to gain our independence...
Independence, independence.
Because more often than not, in order to gain our independence... Because more often than not, in order to gain our independence, we have to fight.
Can you guarantee that these are won in Europe and Asia?
Guarantee, guarantee.
Can you guarantee that Lisa will want to end up